Hello friends, I am Dr Suyash chavan. I have completed my MD and in this year's UPSC Civil Service examination, I have secured rank 56 in my first attempt. When I had started my journey in June 2016, I did not have much guidance. So I believe it's my duty to help other aspirants. I am presenting my prelims preparation strategy here. I realize that there are many strategies available on internet. Then how will this be different? I will try to make it as detailed and as comprehensive as possible so that it helps not only those aspirants who are preparing for the next prelims but even those who have just started their journey. This is my first presentation, so kindly pardon me if I make any mistakes. You can follow me on Facebook and on Quora. These are the contents of this presentation. First of all, I'll give an overview, the broad principles, then a detailed GS subject-wise strategy in which I'll be telling the books to be read and how you should be reading them. Then I'll focus on the techniques, the detailed aspects. I'll show you with the help of my notes. Then the current affairs strategy, how to tackle CSAT, how to use technology, the various apps, the websites which might help you in your prelims preparation. What should be your revision strategy? The importance of mock tests. A little about the stress and management of stress during exam time, the timetable, how you should be making a timetable. I'll also add a sample timetable, and in the end, myth busting regarding prelims and the entire UPSC preparation overall. This slide shows you the overview of this presentation. Now I'd like to stress on this fact: how to read is as important as what to read and what not to read. It takes many attempts to know the proper techniques if you do not have the right guidance. Most of the aspirants focus only on knowing book lists. The books will remain the same, but your approach towards study, your techniques will make the difference. In this presentation, I'll tell you the study techniques and finer adaptations. Now, I have packed a lot of information in this presentation so that in the future you may pause it and you may take screenshots of these slides. I'll also give you a link of the presentation itself. Now remember, there are many paths to success, and I humbly request you should take only those points which you find useful for your preparation. See the videos and presentations of other toppers as well, and then develop your own strategy. Your survival in this cutthroat competition depends upon how well you adapt and improvise. Remember, adapt and improvise, because small changes are going to make a big difference in the end. GS prelims consists of two papers, as you know. The first paper of general studies, 100 MCQs, and the second paper of aptitude CSAT, 80 MCQs. You should know the pattern and you should read the syllabus first. Refer to the syllabus whenever you are in doubt. Now, this is a very important point. Prelims should not be looked at in isolation. All three stages should be prepared simultaneously since day one. If you are confident enough that you will face the interview this year itself, then you will start your preparation with interview, mains and prelims in mind. That should be your strategy. That should be your plan. But in this presentation, due to shortage of time, I'll focus only on prelims. I'll upload a combined strategy later. Now, a common question is the number of days needed to prepare for prelims. If you are preparing for UPSC and if you are confident enough to take the interview in the first attempt itself, I would suggest you should start preparation 6 months to 1 year before prelims. But you know what happens? We are a bit confused, there is a lack of guidance, or there is so much guidance that the number of people telling us about classes, books confuses us, and ultimately हमारा आधा टाइम तो इसी confusion में निकल जाता है कि क्या पढ़े, कहाँ से पढ़े, कैसे पढ़े. I would suggest that 2 to 3 months before prelims, you should dedicate that time for prelims itself. The time before that could be utilized to prepare your optional and your main subjects. This is because you'll need at least 2 or 3 months for a dedicated prelims preparation, because every stage in UPSC has its own different approach and you need to adapt to that approach. Now first, before starting how to prepare, you should understand what smart work is, because everyone will be telling you हार्ड वर्क नहीं स्मार्ट वर्क करो, बट स्मार्ट वर्क किस चिड़िया का नाम है किसी को पता नहीं होता. सो आई विल टेल यू व्हाट आई थिंक स्मार्ट वर्क इज. You should see a lot of strategies and develop your own plan, and that will be your smart work. Utilize all the important resources available, be it online or offline, and be smart and utilize your time efficiently. That's the most precious resource you have. Now, how to read? This is the most important part. While reading, see Google images or unacademy videos or YouTube videos first. What this will do is it will give you a broad idea and develop your interest in that topic. Now trust me, it seems as if you are wasting time, but 5 minutes spent here will save you an year of preparation. You will get a visual impression, and being a doctor, I'll tell you that more than reading, if you see something, experience something, it is more likely that you will remember it for a longer time, especially in the exam hall during that stress. Whenever you are reading something, whichever page you are reading, remember, either make concepts and remember it logically, or remember it using mnemonics. If you are not using mnemonics and memory tricks, it is very difficult to remember the facts which are important for prelims. Do not turn a page unless you have either made concepts or mnemonics. You are not supposed to read it like a novel, or simply color the page with your multicolored highlighters. I have seen a lot of students doing that. They have a number of sketch pens, highlighters, pens, and what they do is they practice their coloring skills, and nothing goes in their head, nothing remains in their head. Do not do that. Either make concepts or use your memory tricks, and before turning a page, let that page, let the important stuff, let the crux of it go into your head. Make rough short notes for quick revision and compile everything. If you have good quick revision notes, you have already won half the battle. Now read only the important parts of any book. A lot of people say that an important book has to be read cover to cover. No, every book has some important parts and some parts that you may skip. So use your time efficiently and read only important parts. Your aim should be to finish revising each book within a few hours, because in the last week, in the last month, you'll only have a few hours per book. So your aim should be to revise the important parts of that book in those few hours.